where we're breaking boundaries and redefining podcasting. Broadcasting live on 6 different platforms, we're bringing you the latest in sports like never before. Imagine tuning into real-time discussions, expert analyses, and fan interactions all at your fingertips. Each platform offers a unique experience, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. We're not just sharing stories, we're creating a community of passionate sports enthusiasts. Join us as we dive deep into the evolution of podcasting, where every episode is a chance to engage, debate, and celebrate the world of sports. This is where your voice matters and the game never stops. Welcome to the Huddle Sports Network, where we're breaking boundaries and redefining podcasting. Broadcasting live on 6 different platforms, we're bringing you the latest in sports like never before, where sports passion meets podcasting brilliance. I'm Mike, the Bear fan, and alongside Bill, the Packer fan, and our buddy Ken Catalone, we're bringing you an incredible lineup of 38 diverse podcasters. Each one brings their unique flavor to the table, covering everything from game analysis to behind-the-scenes stories. Imagine diving deep into the minds of experts who live and breathe football, sharing insights that you won't find anywhere else.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
All right. Welcome, everybody. It's a wonderful Saturday morning. It's about 5 degrees out, -5 wind chill, and the Vikings are 12 and 2 after finally not making a liar out of me and Matthew Asteri, and we got a Thank God. What do you guys think? Take it away.
We have to address the biggest elephant in the room. We are playoff bound.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
I love that
KFC is
picture.
one of the most winning coaches that we've had so far through 3 years in Vikings history.
Well, actually, I just heard a report 2 days ago. There is a survey that has come out. I don't know whose was surveyed, what was surveyed, but the leading candidate for Coach of the Year is one Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, it's DraftKings. He's minus 150.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, we don't have to hear about the Packers say, like, oh, you're welcome for beating the Seahawks and getting in the playoffs. We took care of business as we've been doing almost all season at, like you said, 12 and 2, 7 straight wins. So, didn't need no Packer help.
Yeah, that's always nice. So, Jamila, welcome back to Valhalla Hour. It's been a long time. Glad to have you back on the show. What do you think about that game versus the Bears?
It had me on sitting on the edge for a few minutes when we played them, because Vikings, typical Viking game. They got to fill out the players and the whole. But I'm glad we got the dub. We came with the dub. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I just feel like this game that we about to play tomorrow, I feel like it's a trap game for us. But I think we could overcome it because I like what we got, and I like Kevin O'Connell. I like how he speak positive energy into all the players. I like how he interact with everybody. I like how he sit on the sideline and talk to everybody, especially Sam Darnold. Because when Sam Darnold look like he's not having a good game, I like when everybody come over and just cheer him like, "Come on, you got it." You know what I mean? Get him back in the game. I like that. You know
Right.
what I mean? This this reminds me of 2009 Vikings. this what I look at it. It reminds me of 2009 Vikings, but I hope we go farther this year because we playing on house money. We was in a rebuild. We not even supposed to be where we at right now,
Right.
and it's a blessing. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if
I
it is
mean,
like '09, at least we don't have to worry about playing the Saints.
Yeah.
yeah,
oh yeah. Jeez. But
We
we do have to worry about, and it's and you're not the first person, Jamel, that's brought up '09. Unless certain things happen, we might end up having to go to Philly. Like if let's say we make it through, if Philly's a top seed, we're gonna have to play NFC Championship if we make it in Philly again, and that's gonna be a
Hell
nightmare.
yeah! Then I'm gonna go and steal one of their seats out of their stadium.
Yes.
listen,
Yes.
listen,
I
listen,
love it,
buddy.
Picasso.
I live in Philly. You know, they brutal. I didn't like what they did to my Viking fans in 2017. Like I didn't like it. I was pissed. I was very pissed off with what they did, and I just felt like y'all was wrong because y'all didn't do that to no other fan base that came to Philly. And how much everybody go downtown to Rocky and dress Rocky up, y'all do that to my fans. I don't appreciate that. You get
Right.
what
But
I'm
like I said,
saying?
I
That
already
pissed
told
me
one of
off.
my buddies. I said, "Bro, we go to Philly. That's cool. We just bring in bail money because I got hit. They go,
I feel you on that. I definitely do. You know what I mean? But
there's
other than that,
literally
I
one
just
fan base I don't understand, like how you destroy your own community because of your team. Like that,
that's how they've been. They've been like this for forever. That's a Philly thing.
right?
Unfortunately, yes, I do have to agree with Jamel. Yeah, I was at a. I know this is not the football, but I was at a Padres Phillies game and I got threatened with death if the Padres won.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Philly sports fans are pretty. They're pretty hardcore about
Raunchy.
stuff.
That's not
They
hardcore, dude. That's
they
idiotic.
raunchy and
Yeah.
ratchet.
Yeah, you say what
I mean,
not hardcore. Hardcore is not to threaten or hurt somebody because of your team.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Bills fans
When
are
I say
hardcore.
hardcore, I mean hardcore stupid about shit.
Dude, yeah, they're dumb.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I
That's
went
why
to Philly in 20.
Philly's the worst fan base. I go, nah, they're just the dumbest. Like they self aware. And it's not, and I'm not like, and obviously too, you can't condone the whole fan base because a few of them are bad. But
Right.
Right.
there's
I,
literally a few that are nice that I've met.
well, I went to Philly in 2015 before the NFC Championship game even happened, and I was just wearing a Viking jersey. And I had a cop literally stop me and say, "You might want to go back to your hotel and change. You might get your ass beat." It's like, Mike, okay, thanks for the warning.
Yo, you want to know something funny? I had once my dad had took me. Remember a couple years ago, I was so excited to go to a Vikings Eagles game or whatever. I went and it was halftime, and I went to go use the bathroom. Well, I had a little kid throw a cheesesteak at me
Really?
because I had
See,
on the Vikings, and
God.
Yeah.
I had to tell him. I said, "Excuse me," because he thought I was from Minnesota. He thought I was an out of towner. I said, "No, I'm from Philly, and I will whoop your ass."
see,
And
Oh,
if
you know what
we
I mean?
Philly, I
And
don't
he
think
apologized to me. He did apologize to me. But I said, you can't judge a book by its cover just because I
that.
represent who I represent.
They said
You
they
know what
flew
I mean?
East State
Right.
got in Philly.
Like,
I
Let's
had a cop.
He ended up
I
going
had
to
a cop stop me once in Philly. I was wearing a Vikings hat, and this was like shortly after the Eagles played the Packers, and the Packers won. And he said, "Hey, fuck the Packers, go Vikings."
yeah.
let's go back and recap this Bears game here real quick before we start moving on to playoff talks, scenarios, possibilities, seedings. Uh, the Seahawks game itself. I mean, we got work to do in this next three games before we start really, you know, figuring out exactly where we're going to sit in terms of seeding, who we're going to play. But let's talk about this Bears game here real quick. Finally, a double-digit win. Some people think the Bears might have just kind of given up and quit. I didn't see it. I saw a Bears team playing really hard. I also think our defense, not the offense, was more key in this game, even though the offense had several nice plays and everything. But let's go around and get heroes and zeros from people. Give me your hero of the game and your zero of the game, somebody that needs to do better. I'll go last. So we can start with Marcus Sir Picasso joined us once again. It's always good fun to have you on, Marcus. You were at the game. You were the whiteout Darth Viking school Vader, however you want to put it and everything. But I saw you on TV as well, so that was doubly cool. What do you think watching this game? Whose performances did you like, and who do you think needs to improve here?
Yeah, so check this out. When I hear that, that's my first thought was, okay, so walking into the game, I'm rocking the brand new white Vader, right? ESPN stops me. They do an interview with me, and they're like, what do you think this game's gonna be like? And before the game, I told them that we were gonna win 34-7. This guy looked at me and he goes, "What?" I said, "You heard me, 34-7." Now, mind you, I'm in my Vader, so it's a little muffled, but I
Right.
repeated myself, and he said, "You think the Vikings can put up 34 points on the Bears?" I said, "Watch." Like, I don't like, it's not even just cocky. Like, you don't doubt your team. You always want to, but the way I see us moving, bro, like the fucking camaraderie. And then me personally, like knowing a lot of the players on a personal level, like I have these conversations with them about, I don't say, so what do who's hurt? What are we going to do? I'm not looking for inside shit. I go, how's the locker room, bro? And talking to Cam Bynum, Aaron Jones, these guys are like, bro, they go, this team is special. Like, and Cam even reiterated, he goes, a lot of people say this is special, bro. The team's special. But he goes, like, everybody gets along. Everybody's thriving on this team. The locker room's a riot. He says everything's just great. So it makes you feel good as a fan knowing that they have the same agenda we do. So you want to talk about who is it, man? Sam Darnold, the second we picked him up, people are like, who's Sam Darnold? They don't know who Sam Darnold is. Let me tell you who Sam Darnold is. If you remember when he was in a draft class with Baker Mayfield and everything else, go back and look at some of those. Like, rewatch the game because you'll hear Troy Aikman talk about it. In the combine, they had a few quarterbacks, Mayfield being one of them too, who opted out to postpone their debut day or whatever they call it because it was raining. Sam Darnold's like, no, I'm going to show you. And he performed better than all of them in the torrential rain, like downpouring rain. He was throwing bombs. So, like, his dedication is crazy. He may not have been in a good squad where he was at, but you get put on a team that you're at, like this team works for him, and clearly it shows it. I think the only downside to our squad is against our D-backs. And again, I feel bad because I know most of them personally. But when you look at, there's a lot of plays you can't be giving up 12 fucking yards. If it's 3rd and 15, why the fuck are you leaving all these open spots, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you leave
that's
why are we not doing man coverage and proving that you're better than that receiver?
Yeah, that's the only thing I hate about our defense. I'm thinking we're gonna do a 3 and out, they let them get a first down. Like, and I'm just like, why?
Right.
Why? You get what I'm saying? Like, tackle, get him. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I agree with you on that. I definitely do. I think we need to work on that. Brian Flores got to come up with something for that because I don't want to go in the playoffs and no, I don't want that. We got to work on that.
One thing that's a good thing to interject right here is we are getting Stephon Gilmore back for this game tomorrow, so that might make a difference
Is
on
Ivan Pace
when
coming
they
back
start putting
too?
people in man coverage too.
Is
So
Ivan Pace coming back?
not yet.
Not
Doesn't
yet.
look like it. We're probably going to
Okay.
see.
It was real funny. So Hockness, he's one of the super fans for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hit me up and he was, bro, I saw you on ESPN as Vader coming to Seattle. I say, we talked about it because Shelly's her son lives in Seattle too, and he's going to the game. He dresses up as Prince.
Nice.
But
Yeah, I've
yeah,
seen that.
with Christmas and I'm working on a custom portrait for one of our members. Just trying to make sure he gets his before Christmas. So I'm going to actually drive up 3 hours to deliver this painting to make sure he gets it in time. But yeah, so but we'll be in Green Bay and wherever else we have to go. But just like I hope everybody in here, we just hoping for that home field.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
So,
hell yes.
Matthew Listeri, what do you think? Give me a hero and a zero, basically, and a little bit of a recap of what you did like and what you didn't.
Yeah, so I hate to do my zero now after that really cool segment about Sam Darnold because he has been fantastic this season, but
Right.
he is going to be my zero for the week. Not even because he played particularly poorly. Like he still had a 60% completion percentage. Only turned the ball over once, which it wasn't even that bad of a turnover. It would have been like it actually gave us 7 yards, so I'm not super upset about that. But I felt like he kind of reverted back into that. Well, I have to go at Jefferson like he did versus the Colts and versus the Jags, and just kind of was erratic in some of his throws. Now, again, the common theme of the season, our interior O-line hasn't been great. He was getting rocked, I get it. But he just didn't have the composure that he had the 4 weeks prior. So even in a bad game, the offense still put up 30 points, and I'm sure he'll bounce back, but he is my zero for the week. My hero is absolutely going to be just the run game in general. Akers and Aaron Jones just put a clinic on against a strong Chicago front seven. So I'd love to see that.
Hell yeah. I'm going with Justin Jefferson dropping that one. You just never see that. Somebody said that was like only his third drop of the year, and that would have been just an incredible bomb. My hero actually was going to be Cam Akers, and then my zero, I gotta hand it to one on offense and one on defense. So Grugier Hill did not have himself that great of a game, to be perfectly honest, filling in for Ivan Pace. I mean, he's had his moments. He's done good, but Blake Brandel had a particularly bad game at left guard. But all that being said, we still put over 30 points on him and still won. So when I say zero, it ain't even all that bad. I mean, I've seen a hell of a lot worse in the past. So,
Right.
Chesty, what do you think?
Okay. My hero gonna be Cashman.
Yeah,
with that strip sack, you have to give it to him. That changed the tempo of the game completely for Chicago. Now, I don't necessarily have a zero for us. There is one big zero I'm going to hand out, and that goes to the Chicago side. That goes for Stevenson of their team. This is the guy, remember earlier this year, that was waving goodbye to Commanders fans right before the Hail Mary, and he blew the coverage, and they lost.
Mm-hmm.
You do not, first rule of US Bank Stadium, you do not mock that skull chant. What'll happen? You will lose. Every time someone's mocked it, you have lost. And especially if you're down 10-0.
Right, double digits in mocking, yeah.
That gives you not only the biggest zero of the game, but possibly the season.
Yeah, dude. So I actually had Bo Richter come to our tailgating lot after the game, right? Because he had to
nice.
I did
nice.
So, but literally, like, I go to meet this guy, and he comes up, and we talked for a minute. We took some photos. He grabbed his painting, but to tell how I was like, bro, you started this game off so fucking fire. The fourth down, they like right on their first, they want to go for it on fourth down. And who comes in is Bo Richter out of fucking nowhere, bro, and shut it down. I said that changed it's those plays right there that adjust our entire momentum throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
And I know that Chesterton over there, he's my stat guy, right? Like he's going to put it down. He's going to let everybody know what it is. How many third downs and fourth downs did they get on us, bro?
They didn't get a chance.
It was bad. I mean, our defensive line, our linebackers, bro, we were there, and like we talked about too already, with letting some of those balls get a little further than we wanted them to. But I mean, for the most part, at the end of the day, a W is a W. I don't care if I won by a point or or
Can
not.
I say my heroes?
Yeah,
absolutely, Jamila.
My hero is, I like our rookie Dallas Turner. He He stepped up tremendously, and I like his energy. I like that young kid. I think he's going to go farther with us. That's my hero. My zero, I don't really have a zero. You know,
That's good.
besides Sam Donner throwing that pick because he like to force feed JJ, but as time he's going to work on it. But that's all I had to say. But y'all could go ahead on the next one. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, no, I clicked the thing a little bit early and everything on that ticker. Don't pay attention to that.
Okay.
So, well, if you had to have a most defining play of the game and whatever else, to me, it was when Jonathan Grenard came through and laid the sack on Caleb Williams. And I tell you what, it produced one of the funniest memes too, because the look on Caleb's face as he's getting hit, it's funny. That's a tone setter.
That shit hurts.
Oh yeah, that is a tone setter right there. Speaking of which, I kind of put this up here, but what do you guys think of? And we discuss this just about every week, and there's no let off. We haven't been let down yet. Grenard, Van Ginkel, and Cashman. That has to be one of the best free agents
Oh man.
years in Vikings history, right?
Yeah.
So far,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
agree.
I just can't say enough things about
And
these
for
guys.
them, though, and those guys, you can see the hunger in them. You can definitely see the hunger in them, and I love it. I'm so thankful Brian Flores got them to come play for us because the chemistry they have on that field is like beautiful. I wanted Van Geekel to get that pick because I'm like, if he get it, that's another pick since running, baby. Like I love Van Geekel since he was in Miami. I loved him. Like and I like Blake Cashman too. I do. It's just like they complement each other. You know what I
Hmm.
mean on that field, and it's just I just see like the Vikings. Like oh my goodness,
It's
like
like having Kendricks and Barr all over again from
Right.
yeah.
in the beginning because Kendricks is a ball hawk, bro. Like he was out,
Hmm.
was making
Okay.
hits like crazy. Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
see the brotherhood in that whole team. Like even on defense, like they all help pick each other up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they hold each other accountable for different. You know what I'm saying? And I can't forget about my guy number 22, Hitman. He having a good season too. Even though he's quiet on his stuff, but he 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 I don't think he ain't skip a beat. He still got it to be the age he is. He
I was
still
just
got it.
gonna say, too, being at his age, he's not getting beat by these players. He's still
Right.
up.
Yeah. I feel like some of our defense, not only is it the Minnesota Moving Company 2.0, but and Picasso, you know this. You know here in the great state of Minnesota that the bonds you build in hockey, I know this is a different sport, are integral going forward to the point where you could be playing high school hockey or even college hockey together. These
Hmm.
guys look like they've been playing for years together,
Yeah,
and this is their
Hmm.
first year.
camaraderie between them.
And I hate to say this, but the meme of Caleb Williams when he's on the sideline looking like he's ready to pass out was the best of the game. And I know they
Well,
I
didn't
just
show it.
feel I just feel bad for Caleb. I really do. Because like I just see like with the Bears, they gonna do Caleb Williams how they did uh with Fields.
Yeah,
And I think
they
and I think it's wrong. Cause
they didn't. Yeah,
go ahead. I'm sorry. Don't pay me no mind. I'm in pain, y'all.
it's okay. Um, they Picasso, you missed this. This was so freaking funny. Matthew, Jamila, did you guys see this on ESPN where Poles was looking away, looking like he was looking for a hottie in the stands, and then McCaskey was just giving him a death glare?
No, I didn't see
did not
it.
see that. No.
Oh, it was so freaking hilarious. It looked like he wanted to leave Poles right in Minnesota and make him walk back.
Speaking of polls, How about that bank vault from fucking Spider-Man himself? Aaron Jones blew up on it.
Yeah.
No, that was dope.
Aaron Jones surprised me. You know, like, don't get me wrong, y'all. I'm always gonna be a Dalvin Cook fan. I love him to death. But Aaron Jones, he stepped up a lot for us. You know what I mean? And I really thought that he wasn't going to be a good fit for us. I was like, why did we get him? Da-da-da-da-da. But he shows me otherwise, and he improves every week. You know what I mean? Despite other fumbles that he gets, but he's good, and I like him. He's a good fit for us.
And he's cleaned that
Yeah.
up the last couple weeks too. And I think I saw a stat sheet the other day that said he's only 153 yards away from breaking a career high in rushing yards, and he's only like 300 something total yards away from breaking his career high in total scrimmage yards. And he's 30. So I mean, granted, Green Bay didn't run him a ton. I think he only averaged like 16 or 17 carries a game in Green Bay. But still, the fact that he's going to break a career high here, most likely, is awesome because we haven't had 1,000-yard rusher since prime Dalvin Cook,
That's
so
what
it's
we
nice
do.
to have.
Green Bay
Yeah.
players come to Minnesota to have their best season. Hey,
Exactly.
Favre,
let me
Jones,
talk to my stat guy up top there.
probably Zadarius Smith.
Hey, but check
The-
this out though. Watch, because I claimed it on Monday night. I'm gonna claim it right now. Aaron Jones is gonna have 120 some yards plus against Seattle tomorrow.
Ooh.
We're going to need it because it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we're going to need him to be efficient.
I don't like I brother. Like I said, I don't try to name drop, but there's a few players that when I talk to personally, like there's games they're excited about. There's games they're looking forward to doing this. Like, uh, yeah, it's crazy. Just
Yeah.
There is one defining, not play, but drive of the game I'm going to talk about and see what everybody thinks. And that is the drive that was first and goal from the 1 for Chicago, and they only got a field goal out of it.
penalty. Yeah.
Yes, they just can't get out of their way.
it's not just
Yeah.
them, it's us. Like people, I tell people too when we go to sit down, be fucking loud, bro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Course of their game, they really can't hear. And I'll sit there and I'll reiterate with some of these conversations you have with players, and every single one of them, like, bro, you guys came correct. Like, it is loud in that stadium. And
Yeah.
on defense, when they can't hear, the offense can't hear. So
Right.
Hmm.
I
And I
Yeah,
love
that
like the
place
energy.
shakes, man.
I like the fan energy when you home because, like, man, I be feeling like I'm at the game. Like when I be having it on my TV and watching it, I be feeling like I'm there. Like the loudness, the grittiness of the fans that get us to keep our players going and motivated. Like I love it. I think we got the best fan base, man, hands down. Like I don't care what nobody say. We
it.
got the best fan base ever.
And we travel.
Yes.
Bro.
And I will say
That's the
this,
thing.
Jamila.
Yeah, we travel right.
If you think it's loud on TV, try being there.
I was just gonna
I'm
ask
what?
you, have you been in the bank before?
No, I'm going to get there. God willingly, I'm gonna get there.
It's like,
My dad
oh,
told me because he been there a few times, and he tell me, and
Yeah.
that's one of my gifts that I'm going to go. I'm coming to Minnesota
this
to a game.
this is my best example of being in the bank. If you are a Vikings fan, and most of you guys who have been in the bank can attest to this, when you watch the Minnesota Miracle game, and that
Mhm.
pass goes off to Stephon Diggs, he makes the cut around the edge and goes down, and your body gets goosebumps and you freak the fuck out.
Mhm.
That's every home game.
Mhm.
It
Eh,
is so like the skull when the whole stadium's doing it. Like even talking about it, I get goosebumps.
Yeah. I mean,
I
it
can't
is
wait.
every touchdown
I
that
can't
place
wait to.
literally
I can't
shakes.
wait to experience that. I really want to experience that, and I can't
It's
wait. I
awesome.
really,
It is.
I want. I
I'll
definitely want to
a,
experience that.
a win nearly brings
I'll,
you
I'll
to
just say
tears.
this. I'll just say this. And Marcus has seen this. My band runs about 25,000 watts of power. Now we don't crank it. We keep it around 105 decibels, and I've seen it hit 115 to push 118 at US Bank Stadium on any given third down when the opponent has the ball. It's loud in there.
When I was there
But
2 weeks ago, and Marcus knows how loud it got when Kirk Cousins returned to the point where they got a delay game penalty. You know what's up.
Bro, yeah. And then the whole stadium too, after the win, there's like half the stadium's yelling, "You like that?"
Oh yeah, that
They
was so
did.
much fun.
It was dope as hell, yeah.
And now look where Kirk
see,
Cousins.
that's the kind of stuff that they were not showing on TV. See, I wish I could have gotten up to a couple more of these. I'm going to try to come up to the Packers if I can, but I've just had a lot of stuff going on with work, new job, new position, all this other shit and whatever. But hey, we're at our halfway point. We're going to run our commercial here real quick for Roku TV and Fire Stick that we're broadcasting live on here. And we will be back in about a minute to discuss our upcoming matchup with the Seahawks. So stay tuned. We'll see you in about a minute, guys.
Welcome to the Huddle Sports Network, where we're breaking boundaries and redefining podcasting. Broadcasting live on 6 different platforms, we're bringing you the latest in sports like never before. Imagine tuning into real-time discussions, expert analyses, and fan interactions all at your fingertips. Each platform offers a unique experience, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. We're not just sharing stories, we're creating a community of passionate sports enthusiasts. Join us as we dive deep into the evolution of podcasting, where every episode is a chance to engage, debate, and celebrate the world of sports. This is where your voice matters and the game never stops. Welcome to the Huddle Sports Network, where we're breaking boundaries and redefining podcasting. Broadcasting live on 6 different platforms, we're bringing you the latest in sports like never before, where sports passion meets podcasting brilliance. I'm Mike, the Bear fan, and alongside Bill, the Packer fan, and our buddy Ken Catalone, we're bringing you an incredible lineup of 38 diverse podcasters. Each one brings their unique flavor to the table, covering everything from game analysis to behind-the-scenes stories. Imagine diving deep into the minds of experts who live and breathe football, sharing insights that you won't find anywhere else.
All right, everybody, we are back, and it's time to talk about this pending matchup with the Seattle Seahawks. So, as before mentioned, does anybody know, are they running Geno or Sam Howell? Have they made an announcement yet?
Looks like Gino.
Is it?
It's going to be Geno. Yeah, it's Geno playing.
So just recapping what we're going to go against, and I do want to put this out there. The last time the Vikings beat the Seahawks in Seattle was 2006. I remember that game very well because the star of that game was none other than Chester Taylor. Believe it or not, he had the big game on the ground, and I believe multiple scores, if memory serves. Shit, that's been almost 20 years ago now, but it's been a while. So, you know, regardless of who's at quarterback, you've got the running back combination of Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. The wide receiver, they have 3, including a second-year man, Jackson Smith and Jigba, but you have the veteran DK Metcalf and the even more veteran, almost
Metcalf out,
statesman, and Tyler Lockett. Still respect Tyler Lockett, though. Don't dare disrespect him. And of course, you've got my old boy Noah Fant at tight end, and he's not even their number 1 tight end. You've got AJ Barner and Pharaoh Brown. Yeah, they move some things around. Defense, you've got Leonard Williams at defensive end. You've got Jonathan Hankins at tackle. Byron Murphy, the second, the draft pick this year, and everything, the rookie. So that'll be fun figuring out which Byron Murphy they're talking about, depending on who they're playing, right? Travis Gibson at linebacker. They've got some names here, you guys. You get into the secondary here and everything. Trey Brown, Kobe Bryant, Josh Joby, Pritchett, Witherspoon. Safeties are Finland, Rayshawn Jenkins, and Julian Love. They've got a pretty good performing secondary, at least on paper this year. Then again, we just saw the Packers go up there last year and pretty much have their way with them. How you guys feeling about how we match up on either end of the ball? Anyone, go with it.
Well, did I just hear Picasso say right that GK is ruled out this week?
I thought I heard he was out.
I'm trying to pull
See,
injury report now.
If that's the case, I feel a little bit better because he's such a big body physical receiver. And our corners, I mean, granted, yeah, Gilly is coming back, but outside of him, our corners are pretty small. So I was worried about matchups. But if he's out, that makes me feel a lot better.
Well, I mean, and we've had the conversation earlier about trying to force passes to Jefferson, but let's not forget Addison, bro. Like, he's having a season. So
Yeah.
And as Jefferson's even stated, like, it don't matter if he gets the ball. The fact that he's on that field means at least 3 of your defenders are watching us. So you give Addison, you give Hawkinson, just anybody, just half a second. Jalen Naylor, like, he's been stepping up.
Oh,
Well, I don't know what happened.
whoop.
We lost Picasso.
He makes a good.
I like our setup. Like, I think on the offense side, I think we good. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't want Sam Darnold to try to force feed JJ because you already know they're gonna double team JJ.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Now you got TJ Hawkinson out there, you got Jalen Naylor out there, and you got Addison out there. So they can't so you Sam Darnold, pick your poison with them because I know TJ Hawkinson is going to get us some yards. He a big boy. You get what I'm saying? I'm glad to welcome him back. You know what I mean? I did miss Hop. You know what I mean? And he's
Yeah.
back. He's good. He's healthy. You know what I mean? Utilize these other guys. JJ gonna get his regardless. JJ gonna get his, but I just need him to have better connections with Naylor, Edison, and Hawkinson. You know what I mean? Feed them the ball too. Spread it around. And I think our run game is going to be sufficient too with Akers and Jones in a bit. My defense, I'm not really too worried about my defense because they always play coy at first. They just try to get a feel of what the other team going to do, and once they get the feel, they attack. That's what I like about Brian Flores. He watch and he like, oh, we gonna play like this for a second. Let's see what they gonna do. And then once we see what they do, they playbook, and then that's when we run the table. I think we're gonna be good. I think if we could contain Geno because he is a running quarterback, he a scrambler. If we could contain him, I think we can beat them in Seattle.
So I do have some news for you. There's 3 people that are ruled out as of right now for Seattle. Travis Gibson at linebacker, Brady Russell at tight end, and Kevon Wallace at safety. Everybody else, including Charbonnet, Lockett, DK Metcalf, and Geno Smith, were full participants Friday in practice.
Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, they have a really, really clean injury report. We still have Fabian Moreau and Jalen Redmond. Unfortunately, Jalen did not make it. That's kind of a big one I want to talk about because if anybody's been flashing the past 3 weeks and been that guy that we needed as a big body on defensive line, it's Jalen Redmond.
Right.
He's been ruled out, unfortunately. It looks like O'Neal, Dallas Turner, Gilmore, Josh Oliver, Quessenberry, Harrison Smith, CJ Ham, and Patrick Jones II. Everybody except for CJ Ham and Harrison Smith was a full participant. They were limited participant. They have a questionable tag. Everybody else should be good to go.
Okay.
Except Ivan Pace is not in there, obviously, because I believe IR stuff, whatever. So I mean, but as far as that goes, to me, Fabian Moreau did make a couple plays last week at corner, but with getting Gilmore back, that makes this way less severe.
That's number 23. I ain't mean to cut you off.
I can't remember if it's 23 or 26. I think so.
What's his last name? Monroe.
Yeah, Fabian Moreau.
He got to go.
I am with you. I am with you.
Yeah. So the only reason why he was in there anyways is because of the injury to Gilmore. But yeah, you're right. I mean, there's times where he really made the Bears look good. There's
No,
times where
I'm like, forget about last week game. Let's talk about the week before where he gave up a PI and he gave up a touchdown. He got to go.
Yes.
He got to
Yep.
go. He can't be with us. Like that right there, that pissed me off with him. Like, yo, you gave up a PI when it was like what was like third or something, and we was about to get off the field, and you gave us a PI. Then turn around, you let him score on us. Like, come on, you can't cost us the game like that. No, bro. No, you got to go. Like, I was just so upset with him. I'm sorry, yo, but y'all can finish. I had to get that ran out real quick.
I'm
oh
not
no,
worried with Redmond out. I'm really not because now
Mhm.
we have Gilmore back. We got a little bit better with Gilmore coming in. I think we'll be okay. Now, I've been looking at all the betting on, so it's depending on who you is your betting provider. It's between 3 to 4.5 point favor for us. We are supposed to cover the money line, and the money line is showing us at minus 225. The over under is 42.5. Most of everybody that I've seen, except for one called Dimers, has us winning. ESPN has given us a 60% chance to win this game.
yeah. Basically all the predictions that I saw was picking Minnesota, and it varies between 3 points to 7 points. I think the largest I seen was like a 10-point spread.
Jeez.
I don't know. I mean, historically, it's been very tough sledding for us going into Seattle. And it doesn't matter. I mean, Seattle's had a really good team year in and year out most of the time over the past 12 to 15 years. But it's still been a tough place for us to play on the road. I'm not ready to give score predictions yet, but I think we need to let's pump the brakes here a little bit because I want to put. I can't put this up. Hold up.
Well, there's
Let me
one.
look. Go ahead.
While you're doing that, there's one thing I'm going to cover. So, bookies.com says the loud and boisterous 12s are going to be a problem for us. Problem with that scenario. Whatever the Seattle Stadium's called, it used to be CenturyLink Field. I don't know what it is now. It's partially covered, meaning like it's only on the fan side. We play in a fully covered field with louder fans than that. Do you really think someone of a lower tier like that could stop us?
No.
No, we play louder. Get that
Well, one
shit
of our
out of
player,
here.
And I like our chances because I know the fans is going to go to the game. Because this season, what I seen this far this season, going away, I seen Viking fans traveling. And they coming and they taking over everybody's house. That's what I love about it, too.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
they
DK
literally,
Metcalf had to plead to stop selling tickets to Vikings fans. There's going to be a
right.
skull chant tomorrow.
That would be if it happened at the Seattle Stadium. That would be one of the funniest things ever, because they used to be kind of known for doing that to other people too and everything. But here's the point I was trying to make earlier. The Seahawks are actually 3-5 at home in their own stadium right now this year.
Oh,
So this is what the NFC West looks like. Rams and Seahawks are both tied at 8-6. They are battling hard. Right behind them are the Cardinals at 7-7, and only 2 games back are the 49ers at 6-8. Somebody's got to win that division. And the Seahawks, right now, they have the Rams in front due to a better home record,
Yeah.
which is 4-3. They're better by like 1 game. Seattle needs this win, and that's why I'm saying I think it's a little bit it's dangerous when you face a wild animal that's got his back up against the wall and everything. I think the key to going into Seattle is we need to jump out to an early lead on the road, and we need to do it in ways that we haven't done before. You know, the quickest way to shut the 12th man up, go no huddle, hurry up. Let's get 2 scores on the board whether it's 10 points or whether it's 14 points, let's get up by 2 scores and then just let the defense tee off on either Geno or Sam Howell. Looks like it's going to be Geno Smith playing, actually.
But he ain't going to be 100%.
No, if he
No.
is beat up, we need to get.
I gotta
Go
give the
ahead.
Packers a shout out because if it wasn't for them the fuck you
Yes.
know what like that, you get what I'm saying, then we what we had we oh, look, I'm sorry, my words is together. I gotta give it to the Packers because if they didn't fuck him up Sunday night, I think he would have been trying to do us dirty. So thank you Packers fans for fucking him up. Now we about to handle our business when we go in there tomorrow. I got faith in my team. Vikings is going to win it. I think it's going to be we going to win by 3 points because I really think that Seattle is not going to back down, but they're going to give us a run for our money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I expect to get a win. I just think that some people are thinking just because the Packers kind of took it to them, that we're going to take it to them just as hard, if not harder. There's some matchup issues in this
Right.
game. Once again, I need to step away real briefly. Matthew Lesturi,
Yeah.
why don't you cover what you see as some matchup issues here real quick for the next couple minutes? I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like you were just saying, like we're not Green Bay. Just because they did it doesn't mean we're going to. Every game, every team is different. They have a more physical running back with Josh Jacobs. As good as Aaron Jones has been, Josh Jacobs is just a punisher with the ball in his hands this year. Jordan Love, he's not having as good a season as last year, but he's still a physical quarterback. And their defense is just a little bit bigger and faster than ours. Ours is overall better. I think we're playing better as a team unit, but they do have the size that our team doesn't have.
Only
But the
thing,
Packers at the hmm?
only thing I'm worrying about is who we going to have to take on Metcalf because Metcalf is a big boy. He's a big boy. You know what I
Well,
mean?
Gilly's going to be on Metcalf if he's coming back.
Okay. Okay.
So, but as we were talking about Moreau earlier, it's kind of concerning about because we all were loving Dwight McLeather in the preseason and training camp, and the fact that he hasn't been able to take those snaps away from someone like David Moreau kind of sucks. I was hoping to see a little more out of him, but I mean, again, we're not getting 100% Geno Smith. They do have a good run game in Seattle, but we have the number 2 run defense in the NFL right now.
Mhm.
So I think we can do good enough to probably hold our offense to less than 3 touchdowns. Probably two touchdowns, a field goal or 2. But again, it's supposed to be raining, so who knows? Ball
Yeah.
security is going to be huge.
It's going to be a low scoring game just because of the factor of the rain. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be like a drizzle. I don't know if it's going to be complete downpour. But because of the fact that they kind of have a turf field, that's going to help big time because it's not going to be a sloppier game.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be
Right.
total mud fest. It's not going to be, cleat gate from the Green Bay game a few years ago.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I do have us winning. It's definitely going to be a closer game than a lot of people expect. And yes, Taylor, we definitely need a traveling drum for next season. We need it.
Yes.
And just because I think the fan base has found that we're giving everybody shit burgers to eat. And I love giving shit burgers because that gives the sports media a chance to say, we fucked up, we're sorry, but at the same time, them doubting us gives us more motivation.
Absolutely. And KOC said that too. Just like keep doubting us. Like we play better as the underdogs. And Philly kind of took that in the 2017 season when they beat us in the NFC Championship game. All their playoff games, they were the dog masks because they were underdogs in every game. And they ended up beating Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. There's something like when you have the spotlight on you, the teams that play you want to take you down a peg. When the spotlight's not on you, teams tend to look past you. So if teams want to keep looking past us, like in the media this last week, I keep hearing like, oh, the real threats in the NFC are the Lions, the Eagles, the Packers, and maybe the Rams. People still aren't talking about the Vikings, which Vikings fans, it sucks. Like we want to get our national respect, but at the same time, it's like, cool, you can start talking about us when we're playing for a chance to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So I just looked up the Coach of the Year odds right now. As of December 17th, Kevin O'Connell's plus 109, Dan Campbell's plus 286. Then you've got Sean Payton, Dan Quinn, Tomlin, Reed, McDermott, and Sirianni. Why is Andy Reid on there? He's not done anything.
13-1 will get you there.
Yeah. I don't know if that should go to Andy Reid or if it should go to the refs. But
Well, who do you think's convincing him?
oh yeah, of course. But I like
He's paying him off.
I personally think this team, and despite what they all say, people read their own press clippings. And I think this team is fueled by the disrespect week in and week out. And it's like, what was it, 2 weeks ago or whatever, Buck and Aikman were just rambling on and on about the Lions and everything. It's like, the Packers play them. Oh, they went toe to toe with the Lions and blah, blah, blah. Nobody's done that. Hello. Did you watch the Vikings? We were one botch play away from winning that game.
Right.
It's like, I mean, it's literally on a national level. It's like, and I don't know if it's just because Sam Darnold is the quarterback of the Vikings that people are just going to discredit. It's funny because the analysts are picking the Vikings every week now, except for when they're not. Adam Rank last week, but we're not going to talk about Adam Rank because he's an absolute clown. I can't believe we're doing this podcast week in and week out for pennies, and Adam Rank is drawing a full salary from the NFL.
He has the Bears beating the Lions this week.
Of course he does.
Of course
he does. It would be funny if they did, and it would be a blessing. So I actually hope he's right for once. But
well, that and the Eagles game are both at noon, so that's huge. Like if one of those two teams loses before we even play at 3:00, that's going to make it even more of a clincher of a game.
Yeah, absolutely. The Eagles picking up a loss now is more of a concern than the Lions for me because. Let's say that we are able to win our next 3 games and everything to win the NFC North. I'm not sure on seeding right now. Either one of you, would we be the number 1 seed and have the bye, or would the Eagles?
If we win out, no matter what happens, if we win out, we have the number 1 seed.
Okay, so we do literally control our own destiny then, which is
yes.
Which is
yeah,
good.
we would have the conference matchup over Philly.
Okay. So that's a good thing. I think the disrespect makes this team tick, and you can see it. Do you guys watch Kevin O'Connell's locker room speeches when they become available?
Every week,
yeah.
So it's must-see TV.
Just the vibe and everything. I think the Vikings do right now and always have thrived off of being the underdog, even if on paper, on matchups, they're favored to win. Just the disrespect throughout the league and everything on the Vikings, the disrespect from the media and everybody, I swear to God, all these people on TV, you're contractually obligated and you get a, $25,000 cash-free bonus if you pump up the Packers, even if they suck. Same thing. There's some
Colin Coward.
There's some teams that are just going to just be hanging on their nuts. And the Vikings are clearly not one of them. And I think the team recognizes this. I think the team feeds off of it. I think the team's fueled by it. And I really want to see them go out on both sides of the ball in the first quarter and just come out with an energy that Seattle can't match, run the score up so we can play with a lead, which really benefits our pass rush. And if we can do that, I think we're in good shape for this. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, no.
Yes.
Yeah. Colin Coward had the Packers as his number 3 threat in the NFC, and he had the Minnesota Vikings at 8. And there was this narrative like, well, the Packers were in the playoffs last year. They have that playoff experience. Let me see. Stephon Gilmore was in a Super Bowl. Aaron Jones has been in the playoffs. Jefferson and Addison and this entire O-line were in the playoffs in 2022. Or I guess not Addison, sorry. Kevin O'Connell
Hawkinson.
coached Hawkinson's been in the playoffs. Kevin O'Connell literally coached as the offensive coordinator in a Super Bowl. Most of the players on this team have been in the playoffs. The Houston last year, they were in the playoffs. So Cashman was in it. Grenard was in it. Van Ginkel's been in the playoffs in Miami. So collectively as a team, no, we haven't been in the playoffs as a unit. But the vast majority of the players on this team have playoff experience. They've been in that moment. So if you're going to say that, well, it's the playoff experience.
Right, exactly.
And I want to answer one of our commenters. Sarge, we are the Rodney Dangerfield of the NFC. We do not get any respect. And
what are you looking more forward to seeing? Justin Jefferson gritty in the end zone, or whatever the hell Josh Metellus and Cam Bynum come up with?
Absolutely the touchdown.
Yes.
No, I need those celebrations.
I tell you what, they're setting a league standard on our defensive backs, Metellus and Bynum, the things they think of and everything. I mean, it's making late night talk show news, all this other stuff. It's quite something.
Is there a way they could do a Sleepless in Seattle dance?
You've got mail.
One of them can dress up as Meg Ryan.
Right? So let's actually do our official predictions here and everything. We're nearing the end of the show. I'll go last. Chesty, what do you got?
24-20 Minnesota.
Okay. Matthew?
That's a good one. I'll say 23-13 Minnesota.
Yeah, that's safe. And I know deep down I should not pick us by more than 3 because it's bit me in the ass all year up until like last week and stuff. But
right.
I'm going to go a little bit higher because I think they will play us tight in the first half, and I think it'll be the second half where we make our money, even though I've said all show long I'd like us to jump out to an early lead and everything else. If it's cold and it's raining, that's going to be a difficult game. We're going to need to wear down their defensive front with our running game. We're going to need to use Aaron Jones and Hawkinson in screens and whatever combination that we can. I do feel the second half, we're going to feel the need that we need to make some ground up. Normally, I would say this is more of a 21 type of point game, but I'm going to say that we score 28, they score 24. And we come out of there with a victory, and it's probably going to be some fourth quarter stuff going on to get us that way. It's going to be interesting, and I can't wait to watch it. So,
yeah, I got Addison and Hawkinson in the fantasy playoffs, so I'm hoping that they have a big game.
Right. Yeah, I got Hawk and Addison going, as well as Vikings defense in one of my leagues and everything that I survived in. So
nice. Well, that's another key element is the Vikings are the only team in the NFL that have an but a turnover in every single game this season. And we all know KLC's record is just ridiculous in games where we win the turnover battle. So Jones has done a lot better the last couple of games of keeping the ball secure. So if we can just pick Gino off a couple times, get Van Ginkel another pick 6 like he's itching to get. Just get the game rolling.
That's what we need. It's been a couple weeks since we had a defensive score. We're due for one. So
right. Yeah, I was kind of upset that he pulled up. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was kind of upset that Van Ginkel pulled up on that sack fumble and gave it to Cashford because he had a better stride. If he would have picked that up, he would have been gone. Cashford kind of stumbled a little bit. So
right. Yeah. So we are at the end of the show. I want to thank everybody for watching. Be sure you tune in tonight at 8:00 for Skull Gang 365. And we will see you back here same time next week. Skull.
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 Welcome to the Huddle Sports Network, where we're breaking boundaries and redefining podcasting. Broadcasting live on 6 different platforms, we're bringing you the latest in sports like never before. Imagine tuning in to real-time discussions, expert analyses, and fan interactions all at your fingertips. Each platform offers a unique experience, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. We're not just sharing stories, we're creating a community of passionate sports enthusiasts. Join us as we dive deep into the evolution of podcasting, where every episode is a chance to engage, debate, and celebrate the world of sports. This is where your voice matters and the game never stops. Welcome to the Huddle Sports Network, where we're breaking boundaries and redefining podcasting. Broadcasting live on 6 different platforms, we're bringing you the latest in sports like never before, where sports passion meets podcasting brilliance. I'm Mike, the Bear fan, and alongside Bill, the Packer fan, and our buddy Ken Catalone, we're bringing you an incredible lineup of 38 diverse podcasters. Each one brings their unique flavor to the table, covering everything from game analysis to behind-the-scenes stories. Imagine diving deep into the minds of experts who live and breathe football, sharing insights that you won't find anywhere else.